professional, certainly. But I want Professor to come in, because Professor Vaidyanathan made a point earlier that many people believe in this point, that this is not those politicians' money. This is Indian money. Indian taxpayer money. The Swiss banking system is being used to evade taxes and deprive nations like India of their wealth. Under what circumstances can we get that?
I totally agree. I don't have a problem with this.
Okay, so if the Indian Parliament passes a resolution tomorrow saying,
Arnab,
enact a law, claim the wealth. Yes, Professor.
Arnab, it's very fascinating, this debate. The crooks have looted the country. The plunderers have kept it in the most crook part of the world named Switzerland. And those people are politely discussing about professionally. You ask us, request us. When they took the money, did they go for professional? And another interesting thing, if you are a money launderer from India, Switzerland will encourage you. If you are a Swiss citizen, you know one thing, you can't keep any money in Swiss bank if you are a Swiss citizen which is laundered. We must adopt US mechanism. Let me be very clear about it. And because our poor people who are, the Vidarbha farmers who are committing suicide, the money belongs to them. And if US can arm twist Switzerland, we can double arm twist them. There is billions of Swiss investment in India. We can quietly, simply tell them, politely tell them, we will send all our Cs, CVC, CBI, CCC, ED, everybody, one after another, to all those companies over the next 5 years.
Well, I mean,
no niceties, no treaties, no professionalism.
Okay, let Mr. Fisher respond.
2 years, I am telling, Swiss will...
Let Mr. Fisher respond now. Running short of time.
Fisher won't respond.
I do not.
Mr. Fisher respond.
You are in a very nice table with very lovely type of wines around you and the grapes and you are all polite people. When a murder has been committed in the kitchen.
Okay,
Arnab, a murder has been committed in the kitchen.
Let Mr.
You
Fisher
want to
respond.
be polite in the dining table.
No, we have to debate the issue and talk about the best way to get the money back. Yes, Mr. Fisher.
First of all, I don't understand why this gentleman is so aggressive. You see, I told you, I underline it, Switzerland does have any interest to help criminals. But we will not do our legal activities without law. I think around are a lot of lawyers. You are prepared, you have today the law, India has the law, to make a professional request with the name, and I do not doubt if they do it as they have to do it, Switzerland will give the money. We do not have, we are really close to the OECD standard 26.
Right.
This is international law, and we will help you without any questions. But there are some conditions you have to fulfill, that's all.
Okay, I want to go to Mukul Rohatgi tonight. 1 minute, Professor, I'm going to come back to you. No, I want to go to Mukul Rohatgi for once to respond.
Yes, the recent document, I'm showing you the document.
Okay.
Now, Aruna,
the recent document
all very well to
facilitated in Norway.
It's all very well to say
automatic disclosure.
1 second, Professor.
Arnab, it is called automatic disclosure. I want to
Professor,
Norway in the last month.
Professor, I want to go to Mukul Rohatgi. Allow me, please. Yes, Mr. Rohatgi.
Now, see, Mr. Fisher is making all kinds of professional nuances and arguments that the Switzerland will give, will do this, will do that. Now, let's look at the history. They stashed away the loot of the Nazis, which was the plunder of entire Europe and other parts of the world from 1939 onwards. For 50, 60, 70 years, it lay there. The people who deposited, a lot of them passed away. There were note takers, there were Swiss codes, there were secret codes, and all that money has been swallowed by the Swiss banks. Where it has gone, nobody knows. I don't agree with the professor that all the money was returned to the Jews. Nothing of the kind. And now to have this kind of lip service that, well, we have some treaties, we have this, we have that. The fact of the matter is, this is far more serious than mere tax evasions. This is money belonging to the sovereign, and the sovereign of this country is the public, not the government, not the politicians, and not the Supreme Court.
Okay.
The government doesn't want to give it to the Supreme Court, obviously doesn't want to tell the sovereign, which is the public.
Correct.
It must be accountable, it must lay bare all the facts to the public. The public is entitled to know where the money belonging to this country has gone away
Yes.
and what these politicians have done to bring it back.
If there's
they
nothing-
have done nothing, they have not lifted a little
government will
finger.
never do
Okay,
it.
Chandan
Let's
Mitra.
not go on
I would
with
like to say something to this
Mr.
point.
Fisher is going on talking.
with-
He does not represent the government.
Okay.
The government of Switzerland has done precious little
Okay.
to come forward unless and until their arm is twisted
Okay.
like by the US.
Okay, I'll come to Mr. Mr. Fisher. I
This
just
is
want to
what
go
I
to
feel.
Chandan Mitra. Yes, Chandan Mitra.
I mean, just my
Arnab,
point is that simple,
automatic
that
disclosure.
this government, the government must do something here. Let us first turn the mirror inwards. What is the government doing? As Mr. Rohatgi is pointing out, they are not even ready to give the names even in a sealed envelope to the Supreme Court. This government cannot afford to reveal the names. Therefore, I am afraid this issue will die a natural death.
No,
We will know no names, and those who have looted India's money,
No,
the Indian people's money, will be laughing all the way.
No, we can't
to the
allow
Swiss
that this
bank.
time. No, we cannot allow that this time. And I think the point of Hassan Ali, the reason I'm focusing on Hassan Ali, I'll go to Ram Jethmalani once again. Reason I'm focusing on Hassan Ali is because I don't understand how it is so difficult to collate the fact that India's biggest tax fraudster, who's taken away $15 billion and 70,000 crore rupees, did it illegitimately. We can't prove that in 3 years. I don't know what these agencies are worth. Mr. Jethmalani. Mr. Jethmalani, can we prove that? Can we
I
put
don't know.
pressure to prove that?
Please listen to me. Don't blame the Swiss bankers. The Swiss bankers have been doing this business for many, many years. But give them credit that they are slowly changing.
Right.
They have changed their laws, and today if you are investigating seriously an action which is an offence under Swiss law,
Yep.
and also an offence under Indian law, they are willing to give you full information and help you to investigate that offence.
Absolutely.
The trouble in this country is that we are not willing to receive information. We are determined not to receive that information.
Well, that's a choice we must
credit
change.
to the Swiss people.
No, that's
Their best magazine, that Schweizer Illustrati, in
absolutely.
their article of 1911-91, named 14 global leaders along with their photographs and gave the exact figure of their bank accounts. These 14 persons whose photographs were given included the
Okay,
late Mr.
right,
Rajiv Gandhi as the owner of $2.2 billion.
Okay, Mr.
And
Jethmalani,
it is said that that amount was inherited by the heir.
Okay.
What have you done today to the heir?
you made that point. You made that point
I
unsubstantiated.
would
No,
like
one
to-
second. I want to go. I'm closing up. I'm
Don't
saying.
blame the French, blame our immoral leaders,
Okay.
for God's sake.
Okay, and I think there's a lot of strong views around the table on the subject tonight. Mr. Fisher wanted to respond to keep the debate balanced. I want to go back to Zurich one more time. One more time. This debate's going to continue. But yes, Mr. Fisher.
I would like to add one point. The
Arnab, I want to make
gentleman
only one point.
mentioned
Let
the-
Mr. Fisher respond.
the gentleman before mentioned the Nazis, but you have to see the bank secrecy. The reason for the bank secrecy is to protect the Jews from the Nazis, and you don't know how many people the bank secrecy actually solved the life. This you have to see. I know that in the second part things happened who are not so nice, but you see, it's not like this,
No.
that the bank secrecy
No.
is totally wrong.
No, it's-
it
Mr.
exists in a
Fisher.
situation to protect a life, and that's very, very important. And I would like to say it again. If India is asking for the data, and they have enough reasons, and it's not a political demonstration, and if the administration is functioning, I am not the bank, I'm a simple attorney, but I'm also not the state. I'm sure that you will get from criminals the
But you
necessary
cannot-
information.
No, but you cannot, sir, only last point. I didn't want to be drawn into this debate. I've tried to be neutral throughout. But one point, sir. You cannot
Amitabh.
protect criminals. You cannot protect
Amitabh, I would
murderers.
like
You
to
cannot
make one
protect politicians who loot their nation. You cannot protect dictators. You can't do all this under the garb of, banking secrecy. That's the debate tonight. We can take the debate forward. To my guest tonight, only for want of time. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. We'll follow the
you.
Swiss trail here on Times
Thank you.
Now.
Thank you.
As closely as we can. Thank you very much. Take